Good morning, guys. My name is Abhinav and I'm riding a 2019 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. This is not my motorcycle. I just visited Aurum Kawasaki. That's a Kawasaki dealer in South Delhi. However, I am contemplating getting a motorcycle like this, a 600cc motorcycle. And the only real option that we have in our country is this motorcycle. For reference, I ride a Triumph Street Triple 675, and some of you might wonder why not go in for a Daytona, because, well, the Daytona is not sold anymore anyway. So the reason why I want another 600cc motorcycle and I'm looking at a super sport is because I want to progress as a rider. So I want to do some track days, and what better to do track days on than a 600cc inline 4 motorcycle. We have a lovely racetrack here, the Buddh International Circuit. So if I do it on a smaller bike, it probably won't be a lot of fun. So something like this makes good sense for me. Now, I'm just out here to get a feel of the motorcycle in traffic. I don't intend to ride this motorcycle on the road. I'll probably slap on a race fairing and, you know, clip on bars on it. But initial impressions, the riding position is just too committed. I'm just not used to this kind of motorcycle anymore. The bike definitely has a lot of pull, a lot of power. Yeah, oh man, the braking is brilliant. I just, well, I came here on my Royal Enfield Interceptor that is completely modified, so anything that I feel right now would be exaggerated because the braking forces, the power, the everything. But if I put it in reference to my Street Triple, even then this motorcycle has a decent amount of power. The difference is noticeable. And I've revved it only to about 6,000 RPM or so. So there's no point talking about reference. The seat height is comfortable. It's not very tall for me. So for example, if I just stand up, I think there's about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of gap between the between my crotch and the seat, so I can flat-foot it easily. There's a bend in my knees here. It's not very tall. I think it's about 830, 840. But with the seat being narrow, that's definitely not going to be a problem. The motorcycle does feel small, but that's because I'm just not used to a super sport. 1 second. नहीं ये क्लच है. Yeah, well, nothing draws more attention than a super sport motorcycle in our country. The quick shifter is very smooth, quite like the one I have on my Street Triple. My god, is this bike aggressive. I don't think I can get used to the riding position of a super sport. I'll probably have to start getting a little fit. So I was talking about the riding, the seat height. It's I'm just a shade under 5 feet 11 inches, and this bike seems the seat height is definitely not a problem for me. It looks nice. I don't like the front end of this motorcycle or the dash. I think it could have been slightly premium, although it doesn't matter since the idea here is to just learn track. Also, because of the 4 cylinders, it feels wide. It's a lot wider than my Street Triple. So as soon as I put my legs around it, when I'm trying to hug the tank, they're open quite a lot. It's just a matter of getting used to, I'm sure. I've also heard that this motorcycle, handling wise, is not as good as the Street Triple or the Daytona for that matter. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be referring to the Street Triple. Oh yeah, nice. This is the sort of bike that'll get me in trouble very soon. Speed camera. I think I should just keep this motorcycle as a street option because it's quite the hooligan. Again, I'm not gonna get a feel of the handling of this motorcycle on a straight road in traffic. So I don't know, should I go for it? I'm not very sure. But then if I don't go for this, what other option do I have? Let's just bring it back from the next red light. My god, the howl is addictive. So I've been riding big bikes for a few years now. By big, I mean big in the Indian context. 600cc motorcycles. And I would like to say that I'm a decent enough rider, but again, riding on the roads at crazy speeds is not really my thing. So if I want to really progress in my skills, yeah, track's the way to go. So that's the idea behind picking up a new motorcycle. It feels light. I think it's about 196 kilos wet. Speed camera, fuck. Not even looking up. Yeah, if I ride it on the street, it's gonna get me in trouble real soon. But I like it a lot. Man, it's got some power. Really, very nice power. So good thing about this motorcycle is it's available at a kick-ass price in Delhi. It's with all the deals that are on right now, this will cost about 10 lakh rupees on road or slightly under, which is phenomenal value for money. A 600cc fully loaded motorcycle which comes with Showa big piston forks that are fully adjustable for preload, rebound, compression, quick shifter, about 120-130 horsepower. Yeah, I mean, brilliant. But it's just too committed. It's just too committed. I think it's probably because I'm riding a super sport after a very long time. The last I rode was a Daytona R recently. That also has been a couple of months at least now. I'm finding the bars to be very narrow, so I'll have to read up on this a bit. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. On a racetrack, do I need to put an aftermarket handlebars, slightly wider clip-on bars? This will definitely need a steering damper, that's for sure. Okay, now my body is slightly getting used to the idea of being on a super sport again. The foot pegs seem really high. That's the most awkward thing that I encountered when I sat on this bike. My god, the brakes are really sharp. And if I ride this bike on the track, which is my primary goal, I will have to change the brake lines. It comes with rubber brake lines, so I'll probably have to put in steel braided brake lines, direct lines by taking off the ABS. And probably also hot bodies race fairing, because if the bike falls, yeah, I can't afford the expenses then. So right now I'm on full power mode. The traction is at 2, the quick shifter is on. A decent amount of information here. What is the zoo? Trip 1. Okay. Okay. Let's turn it off. Maybe not a very wise idea. I can already feel a bit of heat. Nothing that's not manageable, but yeah. But the Triumph also produces a similar amount of heat. All big bikes do. Yeah, I'm liking this bike, man. There's a lot of strain on my neck right now. Again, expected. I really like the fact that, you know, the way this fuel tank is, it's very purposeful. You see this indent? This is when you go full torque. And this is too much of a bike for me, really. Oh, the engine's very tractable. So I was in 3rd gear right now. I still am, and I didn't downshift. Yeah, I'm really liking it. Again, with sitting on it like a contortionist, I'll probably take some time to get used to it, but nothing that will be a big bother. The one thing that I'm not very happy about, in order to get this motorcycle, I'll have to sell my street twin off. I really like that motorcycle, but again, yeah, money doesn't grow on trees, so Also, my Street Twin is the motorcycle that I have modified the least of the 4 bikes that I own. So I mean, it's not that I don't love it. I really love that motorcycle, but the other 3 are closer to my heart than the Street Twin. It's manageable in traffic. It's not that bad. I mean, it's aggressive and all, but it's okay. Alright, so I'm almost back after my small test ride. I could have gone for a longer one. They just said that go do your thing, ride it, come back. However, I just don't I mean, I've got a sense of, I just wanted to see how this motorcycle feels while sitting on it, while riding it a bit. Since I can't do any corners on it, there's just no point riding it for long. And here we are, Kawasaki. I think it's time to say goodbye. Alright, see you guys.